I'm not asking you to trust what I say. Judge me by what I have already done.
For 2.5 years, this RV was home for our family of 6.
And this is what's called a true homestead. Watch what they do, yo.
When we bought this property, it was just an old
Watch how they
shed
turn
filled with
that
somebody else's
that
things.
pole barn into their
But
home,
while we
yo.
lived in this RV, little by
What's this
little,
shit?
the shed became the home you see behind it today.
Yeah.
We've actually been living in the
I like
house
watching
for about a year now.
Raven Rock
But the RV
Homestead.
stayed right where our new life began.
Never downgrade
Until
his
now.
wife. Spend time with his kids. Love his wife. He love his family. He let his wife have some say into what they do. Yeah.
When we first came to look at this property, this building was so full of junk that most of us didn't even go
They
inside.
turned that shit right there into their home.
AC walked in a little ways with the realtor, but the rest of us
And she
pretty much
designed the
stood
damn
back
blueprint
and watched. There were no rooms,
for
no
how they
walls
want it
separating
built.
spaces, and nothing about it that made
Yeah,
us
y'all gonna
look
see.
at it and think that could be our home.
They turned that
It
pole
was
barn
just a
into their
big
home,
open
yo.
shed that
Look
looked
at him. He
like
let
it
his
had
wife
been
talk.
used for storage.
Let her speak her mind and
After we
shit.
closed on the property, we paid someone to clean and gut the building for us.
Look at his
And
beautiful
funny
kids.
enough, the person we found through Facebook to help with some of the land clearing turned out to be our next door neighbor. He helped us out a lot while we were still in Louisiana getting ready to make the move. He cleared our driveway and turned around and leveled the pad where we would eventually park the RV. As for the pole barn,
Look at his
our only
beautiful
real
family.
plan for it was storage.
Look
We
at that.
needed somewhere to put everything we were bringing from Louisiana.
And they
Once
look
we
just like their
moved here,
parents.
we ran power to it. It became our laundromat. We stored tools and belongings in it. I even
See,
used
now that's
part
a
of
good
the
that's a
open
good
space
man
for
right
my
there, a good
workouts.
father,
At
a
that
good
point,
good
it
provider.
was useful, but it
Look at
still
that.
wasn't a house.
You turn that pole barn
And
into
turning
their
it
home.
into one wasn't even the
Look at
plan.
Look at that shit now. Look at their house now. Look at that pole barn. Look. They did a good job on that pole barn. Look at the woodwork.
Our plan was to build further up on the property. I rented a machine, cleared a road going up the hill, and made a pad where we thought the new house would eventually sit. We were looking at building a barndominium up there. At that point, that was the direction we thought we were headed.
Yeah. I love watching their channel, yo. And they talk you through that shit.
Different floor plans and taking ideas from
One
each
reason I
one
like
to
that.
create the layout we wanted for the barndominium.
He let his wife
talking to builders, the numbers weren't
design the inside of the house.
Had become much more expensive than they were when we first started looking into them.
She designed
another
that.
problem we had to deal with. When we bought the property, we didn't realize there was a limit on how long we could live here in the RV. We found out that we had 180 days. We did have someone come out and give us a price to build the house we wanted, but the
He
price
let his
sounded
wife
too good to be
design the
true.
house how she
Something
wanted to
about it
build.
just didn't feel right
See,
to
Tim
us.
don't do that.
So we decided
Did
not
that for
to
Meg.
move forward.
He just took over.
Meanwhile, that 180-day
See how he bought
deadline was
that
getting
ugly ass
closer.
trailer.
We went to a town hall meeting, explained what we were doing, and thankfully they worked with us. As long as they could see that we were building and making progress, they gave us more time. But the original house we planned to build still wasn't happening.
For real.
And eventually,
Now that- hey,
instead
now
of
that's-
looking
now that's
farther
a good
up the
brother
hill
right there.
at the house we hoped
A
to
good
build,
father,
we
a good
started
husband,
looking at the
and a good
building
provider
that was
for
already
his
standing
family.
right beside us. That's when everything
They were living
changed.
in that camper 6 months. Look at that. They starting to bed on it. Look at that. She designed the blueprint. He let her do that.
The pole barn already had power. The structure was already here. We had already cleaned it out, and suddenly we started looking at it differently. Could we actually take this old shed and turn it into a home for 6 people?
Yeah, they did it.
So I went back to the floor plan.
Look at her.
This time, instead of designing something for a house we would build from the ground up, I started looking for layouts that could work with the structure we already had. I took ideas from different plans and started drawing out how we could make the most of the space.
floor plans for the inside of the pole barn.
We didn't doubt that it could become a house. What
Look at that.
scared
Look
us
at
was figuring
look
out
how
how we were going to do it ourselves.
that pretty
I
brown
remember
skin
thinking,
glow
we
gloss
don't
off that
even
light.
know how
Look
we're
at the
going to
smile
put
and
up the
shit.
first wall,
Look at
let
her. Look at
alone
that.
build an entire house.
Now that what a happy couple look like. Tim and Meg don't look like that.
But then those first
They don't
walls
set
started
clothes
going
like that.
up. The first 2 rooms we framed would become our kids' bedrooms.
Yeah, y'all go check
that
them out.
changed
Raven Rock
everything.
Homestead.
For the first time, we could walk into an actual room.
Yeah.
We could see hallways and separation. That big
Look at
open
that. They getting
shed finally
a pole
started
barn
showing
into a
us
home.
what it could become.
Look at that.
We closed in the old carport and extended it to make our master bedroom. Then we added another room onto the back that became our sunroom. Little by little, the shape of the building changed. And little by little, the old shed started disappearing. But while all of that was happening, this was still home. 6 of us lived
Living
together
in the
in this
camp.
RV for 2.5 years.
6
And
of
believe
them.
it or not, the hardest part for me really wasn't the size. We made the space work.
Look at that.
There was love in there.
Playing games
There
with
was
his
laughter.
boys.
There was closeness, and there was definitely never a dull
Spending time with
moment.
his baby girl.
Everybody had their place.
Look at that.
And somehow we settled
Enjoy the
into a
kid's
rhythm
birthday.
that felt
Look at that.
normal to us. The biggest struggle for me was actually the humidity. With 6 people breathing, cooking, and living in such a small
Beautiful
space,
kids.
moisture
Beautiful
built up
family.
constantly, and mold became something we had to
Family
stay
that prays
on
together,
top of.
stays together.
For
A
me,
happy
the
wife,
hardest part
a
was
happy
the
life.
storms. When bad weather came
Look
through,
at that.
I was always thinking about how safe we were inside an
They in a
RV.
good camper.
There was one time when a tornado was coming through the
He
area,
ain't like Tim.
and we actually got
Had
to
a
be
nice
up
camper and
drove
sell
away
it for
from
a
the
bullshit
direction
nice
they
camper.
said the storm was coming.
Yeah.
Those were the times when living in an RV felt different
Yeah,
from living
yeah.
in a house.
Then there were the winter storms. Sometimes we joke about it now and say we were living like people back in the frontier days, preparing for whatever the weather was about to throw at us. It wasn't always funny while we were going through it, but some of those memories make us laugh now. The RV had its challenges, but
Snow
it was
look good out
also
there on
our
they
little
land.
oasis.
Look at
No
that. Look
matter
at my
what was
day with his
happening
kids.
outside of it, we were together, and that made it home.
That's a snow angel.
He treated his kids the same. He don't have no special one, no favorite. Never heard him put his wife down or nothing. Always uplift his wife. Let his wife be part of what their family, their home life.
And right outside that RV, we could watch the pole barn changing. It didn't happen overnight. It happened one little piece at a time. And every new piece gave us a little more hope. A window would go in.
Man,
The old
at that.
opening would get closed in and become a window. Then
Love
we cut
this
out
channel.
the
I'm
space
for
for
real,
the
yo.
new front door. And suddenly there was an actual entrance where one had never existed before. Those small changes started making the vision feel real.
If they channel good and don't downgrade it and don't mistreat and don't mistreat their
Walls went
family,
up, rooms took shape, insulation went in.
I
The
support them
inside slowly
100%.
stopped looking like one big
But like
open
IEG,
shed. And the strange thing
I can't wait till
is,
them boys get
because
up out
we
of
were
there.
living right beside it,
Look
we
at
were
that.
able to watch almost
Look at his
every
family
stage of
helping
that
him.
transformation happen right in front
Look
of
at that.
us.
Now that's what's called hands-on learning right there, Tim. Look at that pretty portrait, that pretty picture. Tim ain't got no photos like that. Look at his
One of
son.
the
His son
biggest
graduated
milestones was
early
finishing the bathrooms. That may not sound like
with
the
a
most
degree. I
emotional
forgot what
part
degree he
of the
got.
building of a house.
Yeah, look at that.
But for
Look how
us,
they doing
it
that
meant
good work.
something huge.
Look at that.
It meant we could live
Nice
here.
house, bro. Nice house from a
That
pole
was when the
barn.
building stopped feeling like
Look at
only
that.
a construction project and started becoming our home. But even
They did a
after
nice
we
job on
moved
that pole
inside,
barn.
when you looked at it
That
from
shed,
the outside,
whatever you wanna call
there
it.
was still
Look at
something
that.
missing. We had already transformed the inside, but the porch
Do not
changed
look like
something
that. Shit don't
completely
look like that
different.
now. It don't look like
changed
there
how
was
the
a pole
house
barn.
felt when we
A
looked
barn.
at it.
Look at that. They
We
did a good
watched the
job.
roof go up, then the wood details. The steps and railing gave the front more shape. The ceiling and
They got
fans
'em.
made it feel like a place where we could actually sit down and stay a while. Each part added something, but when it all started coming together, the building finally stopped looking
They
like
did
the
it. They
old
did
pole
all of
barn
that.
we started with.
They put all of that on there.
For me, the porch is what really made it feel like home. It gave me that feeling you get when you see one of those beautiful family homes in a movie or a commercial. I could look out here
You
and
don't hear
almost
no
picture
damn
our
scratch
future
up in her
grandkids
voice.
running up and
No
down this
tiredness.
porch one day. It gave me a picture of the future, but
No
there was still
regret.
one thing
Nothing
sitting
in
in
her
front of
voice.
everything
Number
we
pure
had built.
love
The place that used to be our home.
in her
After
voice.
all
Happiness.
these years, it was finally time to move it.
See, Tim could have kept his damn fifth wheel. And since they got that dually and shit, they can go on vacation, don't have to rent no room or nothing. They could have had that RV and shit. Listen to what he say about his camper. He brought that camper the same day they sold their house and shit. Yeah, yeah. He brought that camper the same day he sold his house and moved on to their property. Yeah. Yeah.
Kids and I were standing on the porch watching all of this happen. And I wish I could show you our faces, but the truth is, none of us thought about turning the camera around. We were just standing there watching.
They
After
dress
looking at
good.
that RV in the same place
They
for
look
2.5
good.
years,
The
it
kids
almost
don't
didn't
look
seem real to see
scratched,
it moving away.
frustrated. They don't share no room.
Once you pop, you'll realize.
Look how beautiful they turned that damn pole barn into a home, nice home, yo.
The first thing I
Look at
remember
that.
thinking when it moved was, wow, look how bright it is.
Their home look
I don't
better
even
than
know
Tim,
how
man.
else to describe it. It was like all of
Look
this
at the
light
nice porch.
suddenly opened up around
They're about the size
house.
of Emma.
It almost felt like the RV had been
Yeah,
a shadow
about the
hiding
size
the
of
beauty
Tim
of
and
the
take a
property. And I
long
don't
enough
mean
porch.
that in a negative way at all. There was a time when we needed that RV,
Look at that. That
and it
before they
was
got
home.
the porch.
But we don't need it to be home anymore.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
had
look
done
at
its
that.
job.
All right, so what do you guys remember most about the RV?
Look at that. Look at
Remember always being
look at
scared
look
to
at that.
die?
Beautiful kids.
I had to tell my life, and everybody.
Tim got some
had to
beautiful
put
kids
their
too,
toes
but
in
he
their
don't know how
faces.
he don't treat them right.
Even though we were all like right there in the same room, like cuddled up together, and she was still afraid of the dark. Now that I go back inside the RV and I looked at it, I'm like, we were right there. So how could you be that scared of the dark?
I remember the late night karaoke's, karaoke nights. We used to dance, have fun. Mama used to sing all night when her voice would finally wake up.
She always had a cranky voice.
And I remember during that time I wanted to play the game. She was singing all night, so I just head straight to bed.
Yeah, like I said, our first Christmas in the RV, we had a good time. We had a bunch of presents like stacked up, and then I remember that night we did karaoke as well. It was very fun.
Tim don't let his
So what do y'all
kids
think when y'all
enjoy
saw it
Christmas.
More space now, and we could, it brought a lot of light in.
Little man gonna have a
At
deep
first
voice,
it felt
yo.
like it was kind of blocking everything,
He look like his
blocking us
daddy.
from seeing the road. And the
Really, they look
beautiful
like
view
both
we
of
had.
them.
When
Nice
did
family.
this
Look at that.
building
Her two,
start to feel
his
like
two.
a home? Or does it feel like home?
It's been home, to be honest. It was
Good
always
answer.
my home.
Yeah, they look just like both of their parents, yo. Look at that. Look at that. Don't never see Tim and take a photo like that. Nice family photo.
We didn't get rid of the RV. We just moved it further over
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
left of the property, but we cleared another place for it. Right now, we're using it to store some of our tools and building materials. Eventually, we'd like to go back through it, fix it up, and use it for what I originally wanted the RV for in the first place.
When they go on
taking
vacation.
family on trips.
Yeah. Tim sold his RV fifth wheel for a little sorry ass camper. Let me get another
And the
look.
place where the
Look at
RV used to sit won't stay empty forever. Eventually, we would love to turn this into a sitting area with a fire pit. Somewhere we can have campouts, spend evenings together, have family gatherings,
Look at
or
that.
just sit outside
Nice.
by a fire.
Turn the pole barn
The
into a
place
nice
that held
house.
one chapter of our story can become somewhere
Family
we
prays
make
together,
new
stays
memories.
together.
When I look at this house today,
Yeah.
I don't just see a house. I see a journey. And a big
They
part
turn
of
a
that journey
barn,
has been
a pole
watching
barn,
AC keep going after
shed,
something
whatever
he
you want
wanted
to call
for
it,
our family.
until they
He
a
spent
nice
years
home.
looking for land we could afford and truly call our own. And when one plan didn't work, he didn't stop. He adjusted and kept
Yeah.
moving. That's really what this whole place represents. But none of us got here alone. I drew plans around
Look
the
at that. She
building
drew
we
plans.
had. We learned as we went.
She drew her
The
own
kids
plans
sacrificed, helped, and grew
for their
right
home.
alongside this house.
Yeah, I heard what she said.
Together we
She
took
drew her
what we
plans.
had and kept building.
Meg couldn't do that. Tim wanted to take over. He let his wife come up
And
with that plan.
today, AC can pull up onto land that belongs
I
to
salute
us.
you, my brother
Walk into
and my
a
sister.
home he helped build with his own hands. And step onto this porch
Yeah.
knowing what it took for our family to get here.
Look at that pretty picture. Look at that beautiful black lady. Nice hair, nice hair. That chicken, that rooster said, congratulations.
Yeah. It used to be what's the name, and I guess he.
Look at that.
If we could go back and say one thing to the family who had just moved into that RV 2.5 years ago, it would simply be this. Your sacrifice paid off. Well done.